Good morning, everybody. How is everyone doing today? Oh, it looks like my camera is not syncing up properly. 1 second while I fix this. Karmia, you can increase the timer again. Or the countdown again. How is everyone doing today? Morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, right. Thank you for the subs. And that's my reminder that I need to mute the notification sound in the morning. That is crazy, really, that early, and you're already wanting to give out some subs. I really, really, really appreciate it. Welcome to the menagerie, and what a good way to start my morning, Emperor. Pure Ginge. You lost your gambling? Oh no. I'm sorry to hear that. Eyes too poor, so I saw drool over it posted on YouTube. What'd you lose in gambling? Yeah, you're living in my basement. Where's the rent? Where's the rent? You know what? Here, I'll be kind. I'll be sweet. We'll go to an actual room this time, okay? How's that sound? That way you have something justifiable to spend your money on. Here. Where did it go? There it is. There. Is this nicer? We'll take you out of the basement today, but thank you so very, very much for those subs. I really appreciate it. Now we're going to do the thing we do at the beginning of every stream. We're going to go through, say hi, thank all the people who got first, second, and third, and then say hi to every single person who checked in. And a reminder, the reason why we do the check-in is because Twitch doesn't always count the viewers if they don't check in. And also, all of you lovely, incredible new people have come in from TikTok and other platforms. It is so lovely to see you, and I hope you enjoy your time here. First off, thank you Dwarf for getting first. Thank you Ludo Rain for getting second, and Silver Vang, thank you for getting third. And now a little good morning to everyone who checked in, so good morning Dwarf, and Gojo. Good morning Ziggy, and Silver Vang, and Sinful Microwave. Good morning Yoshihiko, Karamiya, Buttertub. Good morning Flamingo Brook, Pendragon, and Blinky Knight. Good morning Paranormal Duff, and Echo, and Cottage. Good morning Pinky, Nap Time, and Pure. Good morning Sakona. Ben was killed. Good morning Catherine. Good morning Casey, Josiah, Poison, and Spell. Good morning to all of you, and thank you all for being here. Do I buy 10 pool? Man, how do I cash into the gacha game? Do I need to get on the lads, or do I just need to make my own gacha game? Get a bunch of good-looking VTubers and make a gacha game out of it. I thought I just muted that notification. 1 second. Oh, thank you so much for the follow there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I do really appreciate it. Oh, that's right. I hit the notification. I didn't mute it. There we go. Now there won't be sound. There we go. That's what I'll do. Yeah, we'll get somebody to make a gacha game based on me. Thank you, Stinky Toy. Welcome. Welcome. I updated my VTuber model. Don't be nervous. I'm sure it'll go fine. So, today we'll probably play more of the crime scene cleaner, just to relax and do some cleaning. We finally got a new map to work with, and it is insanely giant. I think I figured out a new way that I want to work through these maps, though. I think I want to start cleaning just one room at a time instead of trying to clean all of them at once. Gonna be the cocky redhead. Exactly, I am a cocky redhead. What does LI stand for, by the way? What does LI stand for? Oh no, am I a love interest? Crazy. I was crazy once. They put me in a room. A rubber room. A rubber room with rats. The rats made me crazy, crazy. I was crazy once. They put me in a room. A rubber room with rats. The rats made me crazy. Crazy. Ooh, wait a second. Apparently a bunch of games just went on big sale. So I might see if I can get some of these games. Oh, Steam. And the way you curse me so. Putting all these cool games on sale, and it's like, hey Gene, why don't you have any money? Well, that's why. Koenig. Crazy. I was crazy once, and I still am. I am crazy. Ooh, do I have all of XCOM? Anyways, let's get to going. Let's get to going. Oh, it's not a Steam sale. It's specific games that are on sale. So there's... I have a, well, you know me. A lot of you have been here for a while. I have a weird thing with difficulty games, right? And there's a game called XCOM, which is one of my favorite games of all time. It's a tactical alien fighting, shooting game. Yeah. Well, there's a thing called, The Long War. And The Long War is incredible. Oh, The Long War is incredible. It is a mod that takes the original XCOM game and makes it like 5 times longer with new mechanics, new classes, new mechs, all these amazing things. And it is insane how much they did it. Hey, Ember Jinx. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Embry Jinx. Good morning. Oh, and hey, look, you won. You know what that means? That means you get 1 free gifted sub. But you already have a sub, so that means we have to gift it to the community instead. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, I'm sorry. Why'd you get bullied? Well, if you need to raid and run, feel free to do so. And if you just want to hang out, you can do that as well. But hello, everybody. Oh, I love 7 days. Oh, 7 days is so good. 7 days is so good. But yes, my name is LuckyJene. I'm a gambler, a writer, and a soon-to-be villain. And I will make sure to keep you all locked safely in my basement. I take you to my basement normally, but it's a little loud this morning, so we could hang out in the bedroom today instead. Just know, though, the door is locked, so you're not getting anywhere. And let me go to my channel real quick so we can gift a free sub for winning. 1 gifted sub being sent out. Ba-doop. Thank you so much for winning, and thank you so much for the raid. Oh, Jinxie. Okay. I did not know that. I'm gonna keep calling you Chinks then. Hello, Chinks. That doesn't count. I gifted that sub. It doesn't count. But enjoy the sub. Well, welcome. I hope you enjoy your time here. I am trying to take over. That's the goal, at least. And eventually I'll be on all websites. And they'll all belong to me. My global villain takeover. If you don't like it, well, fair enough. Oh. Wolf, does that mean I need to try harder with you? Not saying that I want to break anybody. You're also allowed to sleep to my voice. I'm gonna be honest. It's not a requirement that you wake up. Thank you. This is one of many voices I can do. Maybe if you want a little bit something like this, we can do that instead. Or if there's a different accent that you enjoy, we can have that way as well.
What was I doing?
And there's a few that I can do that I can't get to right now because it's too soft spoken. That is really funny, isn't it? Alright, the game is really soft, and the music is soft as well. I think all our volumes are good right now, right? Enjoy working on your model. I believe in you. Good luck. I'm going to the gym in 5 hours. But, get some sleep. Always really happy to see you here. But I hope you can sleep well, alright?
It won't budge. I have to go around.
Oh, I'm feeling much better today. I mean, not fully healed yet, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Sylphius. Hello, Sylphius. Welcome to the stream. Don't scream internally, scream externally. But you also need to sleep, so. What if I do that? Imagine if I made a gacha game, but I just voiced all of the characters. I was all the love interests, just in different accents. Maybe parallel universe genes. Oh, no. I am not taking a day off work. Wait, does that mean you found me before your wife did? Oh, I love that. I'm sorry, that means that Wolf is my favorite now. In that relationship.
Look for the bodies.
If I could do a Scottish accent, I'll see if I can learn one now.
I can dump bodies down this hatch if I can get it open.
This game is so cool. Okay, perfect, okay. I just think it's so interesting. That's funny. This game is just so interesting with, like, the fact that somebody made this game just to,
Need to go another way.
clean it. They designed this space, put all stuff in here, just for, like, cleaning. I suppose it's less work than you'd have to do for, like, a shooter game. Because imagine this being an FPS, right? You just doof, 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 and then you go out that door. But in this game, you actually have to pay attention to all the little spaces. So maybe it takes less time for them to actually work on it. See, I don't know what the story for this one is.
Like an access card.
Because all we saw is that somebody came out here, killed a bunch of people for his daughter's sake. And then we get a call where Big Jim is like, hey, these people betrayed me. So I'm wondering if maybe Big Jim isn't who he says he is. Don't eat me, Vanya. Oh, that's interesting. I like that.